Well, it's definitely good to know that the Falcon and the Winter Soldier is something that's going to be very important to the future of the MCU. I mean, we all suspected it because, there's a new character becoming Captain America, but also looks like it's here because it's going to set up multiple new projects down the road. So let's talk about it. So with tons of interviews for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier hitting us pretty rapidly, I would say, it's not surprising that they're going to start dropping a little bit more details in what we can expect in the series, and this of course helps them get more social media traction. It just makes sense. This is what everybody does with their projects. So recently, the head writer, Malcolm Spellman, of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier was talking about the future, and not just these characters that we're following in here, meaning not just Sharon Carter or Zemo or US Agent or Captain America the Falcon or Bucky. He's talking about other characters in this and setting up future projects. And he says that he can't spoil anything because he's not allowed to, but during the course of the season, there will be at least 3 projects that get set up during this season. Now, my guess is the obvious one, War Machine, because Don Cheadle spoiled that he would be in the series. That just makes sense. I would maybe guess that Ironheart could be set up here, because again, that sort of makes sense. Maybe Sword as well, because we've seen multiple Sword appearances now, or at least Skrulls tying into Sword, so that would honestly make sense. And then, of course, there's multiple other things you could drop in here. There's been recent interviews where they mention characters coming out down the road, like She-Hulk and Moon Knight, so maybe those could appear in here. I mean, there was an old interview at this point, a couple months old, where they talk about how the Falcon and the Winter Soldier is going to reveal that there's new companies that have popped up since this entire thing, and they're looking for their own stranglehold on power and weapons. That's a perfect tie into Moon Knight. I mean, maybe Thunderbolts as well, so I can see exactly what he's teasing here if you just look at the piece. But like he says, at least 3, so is there more? Is there less? Like, it's kind of vague, but here's also my guess that maybe some people won't see it as a potential spin-off, or maybe, just maybe, it's there because they haven't greenlit it yet, and they're looking for a potential, like, oh, does this take off? Do we greenlight this? Sort of like when it came to WandaVision and people demanding that they get a Jimmy Woo show. Well, one of the writers said, fine, I'll write a pitch and we'll see what happens. Maybe it's that type of scenario. I mean, maybe in the show we find out, you know what, US Agent has been positioned in a pretty bad position and he's got to go hide underground. Oh look, one of his sources and friends is Frank Castle. They're gonna team up because he feels cheated by everybody as well. The government failed him. I mean, there you go, right? We don't know. I am interested to see though what happens every episode and what theories and potential spin-offs will leak out there.